So the frontal lobe is right here, and it's the part of the brain that allows us to make plans and judgments. An example of the frontal lobe right here is my friend driving, and he is making a judgment and a plan to turn right to here. He's using his frontal lobe. So the motor cortex is part of the brain that allows us to move freely, and that's how I'm able to walk currently and do all these movements. The reticular activating system is a part of the brain that allows you to be alert and awake. An example of the reticular activating system right now is my friend being alert and awake and cautious of cars coming on by traffic. See? So Broca's area is part of the brain which allows us to speak and talk to other people. And an example of that is how I'm speaking to the camera right now. Wernicke's area is a part of the brain. What it does is it allows us to understand what someone says to us. An example is you listening to me right now and what I just told you about 5 seconds ago. That's how it works. So anything I'm saying to you, that part of the brain is allowing you to understand what I'm saying. So the pons part of the brain is the part of the brain that allows you to make facial expressions, and an example of that would be like me smiling, frowning, making faces, any facial expression. The cerebellum is part of the brain where it allows you to make coordinations, and what that allows you to do is, for example, this. See, I use my hand, I coordinated my hand to grab this, and now I'm coordinating to do this to make a scoop. The temporal lobe is a part of the brain that allows us to hear, and it's right here. So an example of that is how you're listening to this video right now. The parental lobe is a part of the brain that allows us to do math. So an example is this right here. 4 plus 5 equals 9 times 2 equals 18. That's me using the parental lobe. The occipital lobe is a part of the brain that allows you to pretty much see. So I'm seeing myself on this camera and you are seeing me on whatever you're watching. So the amygdala is the part of the brain that controls your anger, your happiness, your sadness. And an example of that would be, for example, someone crying, or me right now, for example. I'm not the happiest person right now, and you can probably tell by my voice that I don't sound okay, and it's correct. So the medulla is the part of the brain that allows us to breathe and have a heartbeat without even having to know it. So an example of that is how my heart is beating right now, how your heart is beating, and how you're breathing and how I'm breathing. So the hypothalamus is the part of the brain that tells your body that you need to eat or that you need to drink. So an example is I'm very hungry at this moment. My stomach is maybe growling, making sounds, saying, hey, you really need to eat. Or your mouth is dry and saying that, hey, you should drink some water. And I guess my example for the hypothalamus would be me taking a bite of the sandwich. So the thalamus is the part of the brain that sends information to where it needs to go. So right now you're listening to me, and the thalamus is sending everything you're hearing to your Wernicke's area to allow you to process what I'm saying, and then it's sending it to your temporal lobe, which is allowing you to hear me. So the hippocampus is part of the brain that allows you to know what. And what I mean by know what is this, for example. So this fire on this grill, I already know that it's hot and that if I touch fire, it will burn me. And no matter what, I will know that it burns me. Even if I'm not aware, I'm going to know fire burns me.